Hey everyone, it's Nina. Thanks for joining me today for a new video. Today I'm going to be sharing a set of projects with you, 5 in fact, using Simon Says Stamp's brand new STAMPtember card kit, which is a holiday theme and oh so cute. There are snowmen and penguins, fun winter colors, and a lot of really great products included in this kit. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the 5 different things I made with the kit using the kit contents. And hopefully it'll inspire you with some ideas on how you can use this kit to make some great holiday gift card holders, treat bags, cards, and more. Now this kit is limited edition as our Simon Says Stamps specialty kits, so this is only available while supplies last, but if you miss out on the kit, a lot of the components that I'm using today are available for individual purchase. So if you miss out, you will be able to find most of the items that I'm using today. So let's start first with this fun little card that I've made using the stamp set and also embossing folder that's in the kit. This darling embossing folder called Bundled Snowmen is just so cute, and I'm going to use it with some pattern paper from the kit, which is the Echo Park Chilling with My Snowmies paper collection. These papers are super cute, and I'm using this fun little snowflake pattern, and I embossed with the impression pressed into the paper, so that way I can do the blackout technique, which is where you take an ink pad and drag it across your paper, and then the negative space is going to have the fun image showing through. Now I didn't make mine super perfect. I actually wanted it to look a little distressed, so there are some spots where the ink is not totally covering the pattern paper, but then the snowmen are printed in that cute paper color. Now I'm also going to enhance this a little bit with a stencil that I pulled out from the Simon Says Stamps Layering Snowflakes stencil set. And I just wanted this little trail of little snowflake pieces around the snowman, and it fit perfectly on this card. So with some white paste, I'm going to apply that through the stencil to get that fun little trail of snowflakes coming across the background. I think this looks really cool and adds some movement and also that frosty finish. So this is going to get put onto an A2 card. This panel is slightly smaller than an A2 card, and I'm going to put foam tape behind it so that it has some dimension. This pattern paper is fun because it is double-sided, so you have different choices in the kit, whether you want to use one side or the other. This background is going to be the perfect backdrop for my little snowman that I created from the Warm Hearts stamp set that's included in the kit, and I'll show you that up close in a few minutes here. But this little snowman I stamped and just simply colored with a little bit of green, red, blue, and orange to give him a little bit of shading, and then I also colored a small hat for him as well that's from the stamp set, and I'm gluing that on the top of his head. The hat I colored with brown and red markers. And then I'm going to add a sentiment also from the Warm Hearts stamp set. This greeting I'm going to stamp onto some green leaf cardstock with embossing ink. I did prep the surface of my paper before stamping. And then I'm going to use some white embossing powder to sprinkle over top, and that'll give me this really nice greeting that I can die cut with the coordinating dies. Now the stamp set does not come with the dies in the kit. However, you can purchase the dies separately, or if you're not purchasing the kit and you just want to get the stamp set, you can buy the stamps and dies as a bundle, the stamps alone. There's lots of options. So this little greeting I'm going to pop up underneath my snowman using some small foam strips. And this looks so cute. I tied that green in with the scarf, so that way it keeps a cohesive feel. And then I'm going to die cut more of that pattern paper, but this time with the Nested Rounded Hearts die set. This is not in the kit, this is just something I had in my stash, but I wanted to die cut a little heart that I could put on the snowman's hand. So that way it looks like he's holding it, and it ties really nice with the sentiment that says "you make my heart melt," and the fun little snowflakes really tie into that winter theme. This is a great card to send not just for the holidays, but into the winter time too. And that's one of the things I love about the stamp set, is that it's so versatile. It can be used for holiday cards or as everyday cards into the winter season. So that was a card. How about now some gift card holders? At this time of year, we're always thinking about our holiday gifts, and gift cards are definitely a frequently asked for item. So I'm going to make some gift card envelopes using this new stencil set that I designed for the kit called Snowy Village. It's a layering stencil set, and it allows you to build these adorable little houses, and you can customize them with the fun ink colors that you choose to color in the different houses. So I'm using some different shades here in blue, green, and red. So I have Raindrop, Field, and Cherry as my colors to start. This is for the roof and the doors. For the body of the house, then I'm going to use some slightly lighter colors. I used a very light version of Cherry. Then I used Sprout to add the little touch of green to the house in the middle. And then finally moving on to the other house on the left, I brought in Dew. And so these are soft colors. I didn't want them to be super dark because that's where we have the roof colors, and it'll add some contrast. Now I'm going to bring in the trees. The trees nestle in here. All the pieces nestle because it allows you to use different colors and not have to worry about layering. All of these nest so that way you can use as many colors as you want and you don't have to worry about what color is underneath. So it's really simple to puzzle piece this back together. As you put one down, you can see where the next fits. And so for the trees, I used Field. We have 2 more layers at this point. So I did the windows in Zest, and then I also brought in the snow layer, added a soft touch of Dew to the top of the snowy bank. And then for the snowflakes, I brought in Raindrop again, and then that's a slightly darker color to add some contrast to the sky. So that's going to finish up the ink blending. We can peel off the stencil and reveal our finished design, which looks so cute. And this fits perfectly onto the gift card envelopes that you get in the card kit. Now, I think this is really cute to be able to use that bottom section as the to and from. So I'm going to bring in these to and from greetings from the Warm Heart stamp set, and I'm going to stamp them with Simon Says Stamps VersaFine Clair ink. And this will give me a nice place to write the recipient's name along the bottom here, and I think that finishes off the front really nicely. Now I'd like to tie in the colors on the front to the back, so I actually masked off the flap, and I'm going to use Raindrop to color in that flap. That way it just adds some color, gives the envelope a little bit more pizzazz, and I just like that this completes everything. It makes it feel finished. So that's going to give me that really nice color on the flap there, and when you fold it, you don't even see it, but then if you flip it over, you get that really nice pop of color. It's nice and bright. And then to finish things off, I did decide to add a little bow. I tied this bow off camera, but then with a piece of red line tape, I'm going to use that to attach this onto my envelope. I don't like waiting for glue to dry, so this is super simple. Red line tape holds basically everything. It's a little tricky sometimes to get the release paper off, but it is so worth the strength of the adhesive. So that's going to get put behind my little bow, and then I can attach it onto my project. And like that, I've got this darling little bow tucked to the top of my card. So I thought I was done here, but then I was like, you know what? I think it'd be fun to add some interest to the window. So I'm actually going to put some paste now over top of the ink blending that we just did. So this is going to get layered on the same spot. So we're just lining that stencil back up over top of the windows and then bringing in some gold paste from Crafter's Workshop. This is their stencil butter, and I just love the creaminess of their paste. I'm going to apply that paste through the stencil and then check it out. Now the windows are glowing and it looks so pretty. I think this was the cherry on top for finishing up this little gift card envelope. I love how that turned out. So now you can put a little gift card inside, and it's such a cute way to gift something a little bit more extra special during the holiday season. All right, I'm gonna make 2 other gift card holders next using the Warm Hearts stamp set. Here it is, and I just adore these snowmen and the penguins. It's the most darling set. I'm using the 2 penguins in the 2 opposite corners. These guys are adorable, and they both feature snowballs, which I wanted to cover with glitter. So I'm going to stamp them onto some Hammermill white cardstock. And by the way, this is the same process I used for the snowman earlier. Stamped it on Hammermill white cardstock and then used Copic markers to color in. And for the snowman, I used obviously the light blue and red, green, a little bit of orange, then brown for his hat. But for the penguins, I'm using some blue colors. I thought about doing black penguins, but then I thought it would be more fun to have them in blue. And it goes well with the colors of the kit. So I used some really dark blue markers, and I have those linked below in the video description so you know which colors I used. I used blue for them, and then I used some light E markers to color in their beaks and also their feet. Finally, a little bit of blush on their cheeks, and then a touch of blush to the bottom of their bellies. For the snowballs, I did add a slight bit of shading with some blue marker, but then I covered the snowballs with some glossy accents and then sprinkled some Distress Clear Rock Candy glitter on top. So that way I have really sparkly little snowballs. They look like real snow, which is so much fun. And I did add some highlights to the penguins with a white gel pen. Once everything was dry, then I'm going to die cut. These are coordinating dies for the Warm Hearts stamp set, and I'm just using some very, very low-tack tape to hold them in place. They're going to get put onto some additional gift card envelopes that are part of the kit. I did decorate the gift card envelopes with some of the pattern paper that's in the kit as well. Little strips here and there. For this one, I used a simple little rectangular strip, trimmed that down so it was flush, but then it adds that nice pop of red at the bottom. And then I popped the little penguin up with some foam squares. He's going along the bottom of the envelope, and then across the top, I'm going to stamp some snowflakes. These snowflakes are from the Warm Hearts stamp set, and I'm using the white pigment ink that you get in the kit to stamp them. So I'm going to stamp them a couple of times around the entire envelope just to decorate it a little bit and look like there's a snowy sky. So I'm repositioning them and stamping them a few times across this little envelope. And then in between the snowflakes, I'm going to bring in a white gel pen. The white gel pen is going to add just little tiny dots around the snowflakes just to enhance things a little bit and make the snow feel a little bit more full, add some depth. So that's going to wrap up the background. And then I left that middle section open so I could put my greeting there. This is from the Warm Hearts stamp set, and I just white heat embossed the greeting onto that. That got popped up along the top of my envelope, and then that's going to finish off this little gift card envelope. For the second one, for the other pair of penguins, this one I'm going to die cut this pattern paper with the dot scallop die set from Simon Says Stamp. And I cut this so that way I could decide exactly how I wanted this positioned on this little silver gift card envelope. So once I'm happy with the placement, then I can place it down, and on all the excess I'll just cut off. But I like having that excess just to be happy with my placement and know where I want it before I actually commit to it by cutting it. So that just helps me out. I really find that helpful. For the penguins on this one, I also popped those up too. These are foam squares from Simon Says Stamp, and they are really nice dimension. They're also super easy to use. I'm going to pop these guys up onto the right side of the card, and then around them I'm going to stamp a few of those snowflakes. So this time though, I'm stamping the snowflakes with soft navy ink from Simon Says Stamp. This stamps really nicely on top of these metallic envelopes, and then it dries really nicely as well. So I want to show you how these work. This is such a cute little sleeve. It's not a traditional envelope, so you can just tuck the gift card right in there, and I love that little notch out of the top so it lets the gift card peek out. So either way, you can have it peeking out of the envelope. And then the other one is a traditional envelope. It has a flap, and so you can just tuck that inside, and these are just adorable. Again, these are great for more than just the holiday season. They would be great to give to somebody for a winter birthday, or maybe you just want to give them a little something just because. I really like being able to have stamp sets that work for more than just one occasion. So this stamp set I'm really enjoying. So these little gift cards were so much fun to make. I made one more thing with the contents of the kit, and I really didn't have to do a whole lot for this one because it's already so stinking cute. Check out these bags. These are little gift bags that you can put food in. They're food safe, and they are these sweet little snowmen. They are semi-transparent so that you can actually see what's inside. So I actually stuffed the bottom of mine with some wax paper, and then I'm filling it with some yummy treats. I bought these candies at my local candy store, and they're a favorite of my boyfriend's, so he's going to be receiving this from me. And I just love that these little treats get put inside, and then you can actually see them through the bag. It is adorable. And the bags are easy to write on, so if you wanted to make a bunch of these, maybe for class students or friends for a party favor, you can write their names along the bottom of the bag, and with a Sharpie, it's really simple, but it's just the most darling thing. And if you really want to step it up, you could add some embellishments. Like here, I decided to add a little bow across the top in red, and I tied that, put a little piece of red line tape around it, and then adhered it along the top of my bag, and that's gonna do it. So now I have this cute little gift bag filled with yummy, delicious treats that I could give to somebody. And I think it's such a fun and unique way to be able to package up some holiday goodness. So you get 3 of these in the kit, so that'll get you started, and they're just so adorable. Well, friends, that was a lot to share. I hope you were inspired, and I hope you enjoyed the entire video. If you are interested in the limited edition holiday kit from Simon Says Stamp for STAMPtember 2024, you can find it over at the Simon Says Stamp store. I have links down in the video description as well as on my blog. Thanks so much for tuning in today, friends. I will be back very soon with more to share, but until then, I hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks again for watching.